Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Nasra online teaching system. Class 7, Subject Science, Topic The Characteristics of Living Organisms, Week 1, Lesson 1. For this topic, the learning objectives are to recognize and describe the characteristics of living organisms, to differentiate between living and non-living things. First, we will discuss about the living things and non-living things. The world is made up of many different things. Some of the things are living and others are non-living. A dog, swing set, car, tree, flowers, and a book are some of the things that make up the world. There are two different kinds of things in the world. One kind is called living things and other are non-living things. Living things are the organisms which possess life and have the ability to eat and breathe. For example, a lion and a plant. An example of a living thing in the world is an animal or human being. Animals and human beings also need food, water, space, shelter, breathes in air, and grows from little to young and young to old. They have senses. Senses are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. A tree or flower is a plant, and trees and flowers need air, nutrition, water, and sunlight. A flower and trees are also living things. Plants have the respiratory system. They intake carbon dioxide from the environment and releases the oxygen in it. They also prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis, and for this they need water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight. Non-living things do not grow and thus do not need food. Non-living things include things that do not need food, eat, reproduce, or breathe. A car does not eat or grow. It does not move unless a person is driving it. It does not need air to breathe. And it has no sense. It is a non-living thing. A swing set does not use food. A book does not move. The swing set and book do not grow and they do not need air to breathe. They are non-living things. Non-living things do not need air, food, nutrition, water, sunlight, or the shelter.
Welcome to Moo Math and Characteristics of Living Things.
And the non-living organisms.
Why are some objects considered alive and other objects considered not alive? Let's look at the 7 characteristics of living things. The first characteristic of living things is that all living things are composed of cells. Next, living things grow and develop. Living things reproduce and produce offspring. Living things also contain DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Living things require energy for their daily activities. Living things respond to stimuli. Let's see an example. Living things also have levels of organization. Thanks for watching. Math uploads a new math video, science, or motivation video every day. Please subscribe and share.
Now come to the characteristics of living organism. First one is all organisms are made up of cells. A cell is the smallest unit of a living thing and is a basic building block of all organisms. All organisms are made up of one or more cells. Cells arise from other cells through cellular division. First we talk about the unicellular organism. Unicellular organisms are made up of only one cell. A unicellular organism, also known as a single-celled organism, is an organism that consists of a single cell, unlike a multicellular organism that consists of multiple cells. This means all life processes such as reproduction, feeding, digestion, and excretion occur in one cell. Amoeba is the example of a unicellular organism. Multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms that are made up of more than one cell. A tissue, organ, or organisms that is made up of many cells is said to be a multicellular. Animals, plants, and fungi are multicellular organisms, and often there is a specialization of different cells for various functions. We have the another examples of multicellular organism, just like insects, human body, and the plant body. They all are called the multicellular organisms. Now the second characteristic of living organism is the nutrition. Living things take in materials from their surroundings that they use for growth or to provide energy. Nutrition is the process by which organisms obtain energy and raw materials from nutrients such as proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Now the third one is the respiration. Respiration is the release of energy from food substances in all living cells. Living things break down food within their cells to release energy for carrying out the different processes. The fourth characteristic is the movement. All living things move. It is very obvious that a leopard moves, but what about the thorn tree? It sits in. Plants move too in various different ways. The movement may be so slow that is very difficult to see. Sunflower plant also show the movement through the sunlight, and the process or the movement is called the phototropism. Now the next one is the excretion. All living things excrete. As a result of many chemical reactions occurring in cells, they have to get rid of waste products which might poison the cells. Excretion is defined as the removal of toxic materials, the waste products of metabolism, and substances in excess from the body of an organism. For example, the plant and the animal excrete out the waste material from their body. The next one is the growth. Growth is seen in all living things. It involves using food to produce new cells. The permanent increase in cell number and size is called the growth. As you can see, the growth in plant, the life cycle of butterfly, and the growth of humans. The next one is the reproduction. All living organisms have the ability to produce offspring. In a general sense, reproduction is one of the most important concepts in biology. It means making a copy, a likeness, and thereby providing for the continued existence of species. The last one is the sensitivity. Living things are able to sense and respond to stimuli around them, such as light, temperature, water, gravity, and chemical substances. Plants are highly sensitive to touch. If you have ever touched a mimosa plant, also known as a sensitive plant, you have already witnessed this phenomena. The mimosa's fan-like leaves close up, and if we touch the hot pan, we respond for it quickly. So students, you have learned about the characteristics of living organisms. Now you are able to define the definition of living and non-living things, to explain the characteristic of living organisms in detail, to differentiate the living and non-living things by observation. So the students, thank you so much and the very best of luck.